I thought as I was making a distinction between dogma and doctrine that it might be useful here just to offer a brief note about the topic of infallibility in the Roman Catholic Church, because so many Protestants misunderstand it. Most everyone knows that the Roman Catholic Church has promulgated a doctrine of papal infallibility, whereas the authority and the primacy of the papacy had been asserted since the High Middle Ages. The doctrine of papal infallibility was not promulgated until the First Vatican Council, which concluded in 1870. And indeed, the discussion about papal infallibility at the First Vatican Council came at the very end of that council. It was not finally concluded until July of 1870. And the idea of papal infallibility is that the Pope can speak infallibly when he is speaking about issues of doctrine that have been raised to the status of dogma, that is, that which must be believed by all people at all times and in all places. So the Pope makes infallible statements only when he is speaking about dogma, and according to Vatican I, only when speaking ex cathedra, from the throne of Peter at the Basilica of St. Peter's in Rome. So when the Pope talks about a beautiful day, or when the Pope is conversing casually, he is not making infallible statements. Protestants have completely misunderstood that. Nor even when the Pope is offering teachings or even encyclicals, teachings and doctrinal statements that are sent to the whole Church. Those teachings are not infallible. They have the authority of the Pope that gives them weight. The Pope can call for Roman Catholic obedience, but the Pope is not speaking infallibly, because in those teachings he is explicating doctrine. He is not attempting to speak dogmatically. So it is important to remember that since 1870, there has been only one infallible pronouncement by a pope. Only one. And that didn't come until 1950. It was issued by Pius XII, and it was about the bodily assumption of the Virgin Mary at her death. In offering that statement as a dogmatic statement, the Pope was expounding on a doctrine that drew out the implications of what it meant in the Creed to say that Mary gave birth to God's Son incarnate for the purpose of reconciling human beings to God's self. So it is drawing out the implications of what the creeds have said and mean, and raising that doctrinal statement to the status of dogma itself, that Pius XII then offers an infallible statement in 1950. But that's the only one. So discussions by the Pope that are issued in teachings, in documents, in encyclicals by the Pope dealing with current issues are certainly authoritative teachings. They are certainly to be carefully heeded, and indeed the Pope may enjoin obedience by the Roman Catholic faithful. But those are not infallible statements. They can be revised. The popes or subsequent popes may change their minds about those sorts of teachings, because they are not dogmatic statements, they're not infallible statements. I hope you find that helpful.